Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope everyone's having a great day. Titans time. Oh boy, I'm so excited. It's time to go in depth with season 3, episode 11, which it just took me out. And not in a good way. God, that Red Hood and Crane storyline is so dragged out. I don't even care anymore. And it sucks because it overtakes the entire episode. Everything else that happens, all the little subplots and Raven and Gar and Tim and Donna, all of that revolves around Crane and Red Hood and Dick Grayson. The only storyline that doesn't revolve around Red Hood and Crane is Starfire's. But we'll get to that. Let's just get started. Crane takes his personal tour of the Wayne Manor, which is now Crane Manor, with TLC's Waterfall playing in the background. What an odd song choice, first of all. Second of all, wow, Scarecrow is so quirky. He's so different. Wow. So after the whole montage, he gains access to the Batcomputer and listens to a file that Bruce had on him, basically giving an analysis of Crane. And first of all, how in the world does Crane have access to the Batcomputer? It should not be that simple for someone like Crane, or anyone for that matter, to have access to the most sophisticated piece of technology probably on the planet. But I digress. So in this file, this audio file, Bruce reads him for filth, and pretty much calls him weak. He's nothing without his counterpart, Scarecrow. And this gets Crane all riled up, and he goes into Jason's room like a madman. He's like, "Look, I'm not weak. You know, you'll never be able to impress Bruce Wayne. It's never enough for him." And I'm just like, who cares, first of all? Second of all, I'm so sick of hearing about Bruce Wayne, and he's not here. He's not here. You want me to believe he has some profound effect on everyone around him, and he's not here. Why does Crane have some desire to prove to him that he's not weak? Who cares what Bruce thinks? You pulled off this entire plan to poison the water supply and turn the Titans against each other and unveil Red Hood as their savior. You did that, Crane, as yourself. You did that. So you're not weak. You're just dumb. It's a big difference. Anyways, all right. So he tells Jason the next part of his plan is to take out Nightwing because he is enemy number 1. Why? You put the entire team on a wanted list, but you're singling out Nightwing. Why? I don't understand the writers with their hard-on for Nightwing and the Bat family in general. It just boggles my mind. Why wouldn't you want to take out the entire team? You think just because they're separated, then that's it? They barely accomplished shit when they were together. I mean, I'm just saying. But I would think you would want to take out the heavy hitters. Like Kory, Blackfire, Superboy, maybe Gar, because he was the person who got in contact with Molly, who then got in contact with Jason. I would think you would maybe want to take him out, because he's been the one who's actually investigating you.
But I digress. All right.
We move forward from that, and we cut to Dick and Superboy. They're still hiding out, and while they're doing that, Red Hood comes online and basically taunts Nightwing. He's like, "Look, it's time to end this. You and me, meet me at midnight. You know what to do." During this whole speech, I just wanted to note, Red Hood pretty much sounds like he's reading off a script that Scarecrow gave him. The words that he's saying, it just doesn't sound like something that the Jason of this universe would say. I found it funny, which, makes sense considering he's a puppet for Crane, but whatever. After all this, what does Dick decide to do? What's his next step? He decides, all right, I'm going to go to Wayne Enterprises and hack into the security system remotely. I guess. So then he tells Superboy, stay put. Him and Crypto, stay put. Don't come with me. I need to do this alone. And Superboy's like, I want to help. Like, our team is disbanded. I don't know where anyone is. I need to feel like I'm doing something. I want to come with you. And then here comes Dick with the bullshit excuse. Go watch the phone. Go man the phones in case one of the teammates call. Really, Dick? Really? Here you have an opportunity to reassure your teammate that everything's going to be fine and have him come with you as backup. But no, you don't do that because you're so bent on this personal vendetta that is really... Woo! Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So, we cut from that. Tim and Donna meet up once again. And they both end up going to Chinatown. For Tim, he's trying to get home. And for Donna, it's because there's a lead on the Titans being holed up in Chinatown. So, they both head over there together. And we cut from that. Gar and Raven are together still. And they're trying to figure out the next steps to locate Dick and Kory. Before we get to the meat and potatoes of this scene, just wanted to highlight two things. Gar states that it would probably be better if they stayed separated. And I agree with that. I agree. They, like I said earlier, they don't accomplish anything when they're together. So, might as well stay apart. Plus you're wanted. And then Raven says that, she shouldn't have left. Gar reassures her it was the right decision. And then Raven's like, well, there's nothing to show for it. And I attribute that to a level of self-awareness. But it's not a good thing because writers, you could have had it where Raven was partially responsible for Donna coming back to life. But you didn't do that. So again, you're undermining her entire subplot. Whatever. Done with that. The meat and potatoes. So Gar tells Raven about the Lazarus Pit, and Raven uses her powers, and she pretty much is able to zero in on the location for the Lazarus Pit. Raven's powers look amazing. Oh, leagues ahead of season 1, season 2. They're starting to look more like the comic book counterpart, the OG TV show, and I absolutely love it. It looks amazing. One more thing before we move forward, and it kind of clicked for me. First of all, I don't know why we're having this subplot with Gar finding the Lazarus Pit when we as the viewers already knew how Jason came back to life. So it's a bit weird to see it again. Secondly, how are we this far into the season? We're this far into the season, and only one team member is actively investigating how Jason came back to life. One. We are 11 episodes in. And remember, Gar found out about the Lazarus Pit, I believe, last episode. And he's the only one who's been consistently investigating Jason. Not our detective, Dick Grayson. Just Gar. Okay. Moving forward. So, Dick attempts to hack into the Batcave, and he's unsuccessful. And before he leaves Wayne Enterprises, he grabs some Kryptonite, and we only know what that means. And I'm already heated, so I'm just going to move forward, and I'll come back to that. Tim and Donna arrive at Tim's family restaurant, his home basically, and we find out that Tim has this underground bunker with all these gadgets and all this tech and all this info on the Titans. Why weren't we aware of this last season? I'm listening, writers. Instead of you throwing in our face episode 8 that he knew everything about everyone, this was the time for you to actively do some foreshadowing and good storytelling, but you didn't do that. You could have had this bunker presented to us at the end of episode 3, and then we would have been clued in to Tim's intellect and detective skills. But again, it's all told to us, not shown. So we move from that. Kory ends up spotting the mother and baby who have been reoccurring in her visions. So she kind of questions her after she leaves this pharmacy and whatnot. She's like, why are you in my visions? What is going on? Why am I seeing you and your baby? And I'm looking at Kory like, Kory, if you don't leave that lady alone, like, if you don't leave this lady alone, she clearly doesn't know what you're talking about. And how could she? Like, Kory, you are expecting answers from her that she just can't give you. And I don't know if maybe she is a Tamaran in secret and it's a fake me out, or she's just a random lady and Kory looks crazy. But during this conversation, some guy pulls up, Kory ends up getting shot, and she has this long, intense vision. And we find out that Kory's powers always belong to Blackfire. So now she has this new power, and this like blue light surrounds her. I don't know what they're doing. Like I said in my initial reaction, are they giving Blackfire's powers from the comics to Starfire and then vice versa with Blackfire? Because if that's the case, that's such an unnecessary change. Or are we going to get the green starboats? Gar and Raven end up locating the Lazarus Pit. I just wanted to highlight this scene because I love their banter. But let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Dick Grayson.
Dick decides to literally waltz into Red Hood's trap. He says, I'm gonna go meet him. I know it's a trap. I'm gonna do it anyways. So Superboy rightfully is like, I'm gonna come with you. I'm stronger than you. There's not really much you can do about it. So Dick decides, okay, I'm going to dose you and Crypto with Kryptonite, so I can keep you out of the web while I go handle this personal vendetta. Once again, he's going off and doing his own thing instead of just accepting help and being a team leader and a team player, period. It's not even being a leader at this point. It's a team player. But yet here you go making the most asinine decisions. And then you turn around and you expect these people to trust you and respect you. How? When you have proven you will screw them over and potentially harm them to go fulfill some personal vendetta. That's some Batman shit. That's not Nightwing. That's something Batman would do. He would incapacitate maybe a Justice League member, or, tell the Bat family to stay back while he goes handle something alone. And I don't know if that's what they were trying to convey, but at this point, I say this with all sincerity, fuck Nightwing and fuck the writers for what they've done to his character. Because at this point, he is regressing. I don't understand how we're 3 seasons in and he just hasn't learned. At all. At all. Newsflash, Dick. Newsflash. You're not the only person with the connection to Jason Todd. You're not the only person who had negative feelings towards him since his return, who had conflicted feelings and morals concerning him since his return. You're not the only person. You're not the only person who was affected by his death and return. You're not. And I need you to stop walking around like you are. I'm so sick of him. I'm so sick of him. All right. So we cut from that. Crane kidnaps a random pizza boy for whatever reason and attempts to torture him. I guess, again, to prove something to someone that he's not weak. We've already addressed why this doesn't make any sense. But honestly, I could care less about his psychosis or his mommy issues or the fact that he's having this fight with his inner demon / second personality that is Scarecrow. I do not care. I don't care. Moving forward. Tim and Donna prepare to fight off the cops because they basically want to wipe out neighborhoods who are holding out. And so they decide to do that instead of Donna going to find Dick, and stopping him, which that's fine by me. Like I said, I'm so sick of Dick Grayson. I don't care. Dick and Jason end up meeting up and fighting. Dick gets shot, and I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. You set yourself up. Why would you turn your back on someone with a gun literally pointing at you? Never mind the fact that he shot you 2 seconds ago. He shot you in the center of your armor, but you're gonna turn your back to him. You dumb idiot. You dumb idiot. And then you wonder why you got shot in the neck. So after Dick gets shot, the citizens that had crowded around them start chanting Red Hood, like it's some sort of cult. And to me, it's very unearned because Red Hood has done nothing, absolutely nothing, but make a speech about how he is the savior, right? He has done nothing to show you he's worthy of being Gotham's savior. Like, okay, all right. Raven realizes that something's wrong with Dick. And then we cut back to Crane. He ended up torturing the pizza boy. He cut his own face up. And when Jason comes back and he's like, what the hell's going on? He's like, well, it's time for the mask to come off. And then that's the end of the episode. This is dragging. There's no way Jason can go back on the team. There's no way to even consider him an anti-hero. There's no way. He's a straight up villain. And whatever hard-on the writers have for the Bat family, you need to shut that shit down next season. I'm like, not even a joke. Shut it down next season. I need them to be in San Francisco or somewhere where this Bruce Wayne Bat family shit is not clouding the Titans TV show. I don't care what you have to do. I don't care if you have to give them a separate show. Do what you need to do to get rid of this next season. That's all I'm saying. That's all I have on the episode. What did you think about it? Let me know. Otherwise, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next week. Yeah. No more what if. So I'll catch you guys next Thursday with Titans. Bye.